Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to talk about a couple of games and things that happened in the State of Play and the Summer Game Fest. It's not going to be a lot of things, but I'm just going to tell you my favorite highlights of it and my opinions on a lot of things. So, without wasting any time, let's just begin. So, we're starting up first with Silent Hill F being the first thing on my mind, which basically, of course, Konami stuff. So they have revealed the gameplay and the release date of the game, and I would say that the game looks terrifying, and for how the trailer is and the game is gonna be and the settings is gonna be an interesting title. I stated this in my last video of Silent Hill F, which I'll put a link down below, or there's an icon. You might see it right now on the eye if you want to watch it. So I stated how this game, and I was kind of still thinking about the same opinion, that this game will be a kind of a 50-50 with certain people. That's why I kind of have that feeling is 50-50. The reason I stated that is because this game kind of harnesses back to the days of the PS2 era of horror games. If you play games like Siren, Fatal Frame, even Haunting Ground to an extent, but not really. But both these games I mentioned, and heck, even Kuon, the PS2 Japanese horror game era, I have to call it, when you play as like a 16, 17-year-old, girl going through some insane stuff. And if you like these kind of games and you played them before, then this game's gonna be up your alley. It's gonna be up your alley for what it is. But if you're not a fan of this kind of game, then it's okay. You can skip the game, unless maybe you're curious and you might try it. Because there's some people that said that they would like to try the game, and it's gonna be pretty cool. It's an interesting title, and it's the first new title since Downpour, which came out in 2012. So this is 13 years since a new Silent Hill title that's not a remake or a re-release. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the game and how it's gonna be. And the game will drop on September 26th. 2025, so it's gonna be this year. So basically on fall time. So it's almost like like a month before Halloween. So it's a kind of a good game to play on Halloween. But hey, it is what it is. It's gonna be fun and it's gonna be entertaining. Now for the next title that I'm extremely excited for, and a game that I'm 100% in for it, is Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake. And I haven't talked about this game a lot on my channel, but I will tell you this is gonna be a very good remake for the gameplay and how things are from different you can choose different play styles. You can change your camera on the fly. The game is very immersive. It's a very immersive game, very similar to the original. And it's no secret that the third Metal Gear Solid game is without a doubt my favorite game in the series of all time. It is my favorite game. It's my top favorite, and I love that game a lot. And seeing a remake of that game is something to behold. And although the game still contains the original voice actors, the original dialogue is still there, the story is still there. So think of this as kind of a modernized version of Snake Eater. It is a modernized version with some new tweaks. And it has something for everyone. They even added the Escape Monkey minigame from the original release of Snake Eater. It's Obsidian, which is the updated version. So I'm hoping that the game's gonna be good, and I'm definitely think it's gonna be good. I'm hoping for what it is. And the game is dropping at August 25th. So basically almost a full month between Silent Hill F and MGS3. So yeah, it's gonna be good, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. And another game that's kind of caught my interest, and I've been kind of following that game for a little while, is the 007 game that's coming out. That game right there, I believe, just like for seeing it, it looks cool, looks interesting, and it's a game that I feel is gonna be fun. I'm not the biggest 007 fan, although I've watched some of the movies, some of the older ones, and some of the new ones, and I played some of the games. And Nightfire, 007 Nightfire has to be my favorite 007 game of all time. Is my top favorite. Is awesome, and it still holds up to this day. Like even this day, I remember playing on the PC a long time ago. And following a new origin story for James Bond, is played as a young James Bond. It's pretty cool, very interesting concept. And IO Entertainment, I'm definitely sure that they're gonna make this game into a trilogy, very similar to the Hitman reboot trilogy, which is amazing. So yeah, it's pretty damn cool, and I definitely do like that. Now there are two games that I honestly was surprised that it's actually a thing. The first game has to be a Mortal Kombat Classic Collection, which contains the classic Mortal Kombat games. I'm a big Mortal Kombat fan, and I'm a big fan of the series. I still enjoy it and love the series to this day. I feel like it's a series I have fallen in love to for a very long time. And seeing a classic collection it's awesome. And I'm not sure if they're gonna do it yet. They're gonna do it or not, but I'm really hoping for the 3D era games, because Mortal Kombat Deception, Armageddon, Deadly Alliance, and Shadow Monks are amongst my favorite Mortal Kombat games outside of MK9 and X. Outside those games, these other four games I mentioned, I love them a lot. Not a lot of Armageddon, but a lot of Shadow Monks and Deception. Those are amazing Mortal Kombat games. I played I have a lot of hours on them, playing them, enjoying them, played the Conquest, and playing the campaign of the Shadow Monks. Because Shadow Monks co-op would be amazing. And I think Shadow Monks online co-op will be a reason alone to make me buy it. Because I love that game. It's one of my first Mortal Kombat games. And another game that kind of came out of nowhere, it's a new Marvel fighting game, which is a 4v4 fighting game, which made by the same people who made the Dragon Ball Z Fighters. If you play Dragon Ball Z Fighters, then this is not gonna be a lot different. I think the game will be very similar to that. It even has a very similar artwork to a degree, very similar artwork. I think the game is gonna go very well, and I cannot lie, seeing a solo Marvel fighting game with no Capcom in it is weird. It is genuinely weird for me. It's weird, it's odd to see, but it's pretty cool to see it. Nonetheless, it's pretty cool. And I'm definitely will keep an eye on that game, but I'm not gonna talk about it as much because there are some other games I'm more interested in, fighting games nowadays. But still, it's pretty cool just to mention these two games right there. But mostly, the things I like about the State of Play is the 007 game, the Silent Hill, and Metal Gear Solid. All these games coming out pretty soon. And 007 is coming out in 2026. So as the fighting game, the Marvel 1 fighting game, which is coming out next year. And MK Classic Collection coming out later this year. So yeah, no, there's not a lot of release dates, so it's gonna be good. It's gonna be nice. So definitely, it's gonna be pretty much a fun game. It's probably a lot of big Marvel fans. One of my friends is a big Marvel fan, and he's extremely excited, and he's probably watching this video right now. So yeah, talking to you. So now let's talk about the Summer Game Fest. Nothing really too intriguing until there's two things that really caught my eye. Not long before, about last year, early this year, I talked about a game, a certain Yakuza title, which is Project Century, which is another video I talked about, and it's a game I'm looking forward to. Well, they have revealed a brand new trailer. And actually the game is not called that no more. Now it's going under a brand new name. It's called Stranger in Heaven, which is the new title of the game. Project Century, Stranger in Heaven, which is cool. It's a cool, kind of an interesting name. Now we know the time period the game takes place. It takes place in the 40s, 1946 to be specific. And the game, even now with the new stuff about it, is still looking good. And oh my god, the game is awesome. And I actually kind of watched that game. I did not see that game, and I kind of missed the Summer Fest because I was playing with some friends at that time. But it's still fucking awesome. And seeing the gameplay and everything about it, it is still awesome. And this is a game I'm definitely 100% will give myself a purchase, because I think with this game will be awesome as fuck. And it's a game I will be hopefully streaming day one. Hopefully, stream day one with you guys. It's gonna be a lot of fun and a lot of enjoyment. And my god, that game is still fucking awesome. I still would love. I'm gonna love that game. I'm gonna love that game very much a lot. I'm gonna love that game. And now for the big, massive reveal. The thing that everybody waiting for, and I know a lot of you guys are waiting for, to me to talk about, and that is Resident Evil 9, or this game called Resident Evil Requiem. Man, Capcom really just trolled us at the very beginning. They say, hey, we have no Resident Evil. They say, hey, hopefully stay tuned for later for Resident Evil news earlier. And then at the end, they showcased it. And I got a lot to say about this one. So, at the beginning of the trailer, you cannot tell it was a Resident Evil game. It was just like a random game. There's no Capcom logo, nothing. It was just a random game until like you realize it's becoming Resident Evil. So, from the reveal trailer and everything I gathered, so here's what the things I gathered about this. Is that number one, you're playing as a character called Grace Ashcroft. Now the Ashcroft name is not, it's not the first time you hear that last name before, because it related to Alyssa Ashcroft from Outbreak. So basically, we're playing his daughter. And I think the game will take place in 2025. And the location of said game will take place in Raccoon City. Yes, we are revisiting Raccoon City 18 years or 19 years. I'm not sure if it's 2026, 2025, but I feel like it's 2025 most likely. So 18 to 17 years after the events of the Raccoon City incident that happened in 1998. After the nuclear explosion. And after the aftermath of the nuclear explosion, there's still some buildings that are still kind of intact, as well as one particular place that's still intact, and that is the Raccoon City Police Department. That it kind of still intact, and I definitely do believe that we are going to visit the place and visiting the area and visit probably a lot of the places from Raccoon City that we visited in Resident Evil 2 and 3 Remake. There's not a lot to know, but all I kind of know is the game might be saying it's going to be third person, and we're going to deal with zombies, and there's going to be a new strain of virus that we don't know what's going to be. I don't think it's going to be the mold. I'm not really sure it's going to be the mold. I might think maybe possibly BSAA is behind all this, maybe. I'm not sure. But I can say this. I'm glad that Resident Evil 9 is not continuing off the Chris Redfield story. Because honestly, the ending of Resident Evil Village with Chris Redfield, with the BSAA and everything, I feel like they're just either waiting this for Resident Evil 10, or 2, they're just like ditch that game completely, because I was fearing that the next thing was going to be action based with Chris Redfield and Jill and Barry and all that. And I don't want something like that. And thank goodness is not the case. So it is something completely different. And even though I still wanted a 80s style Resident Evil title or a prequel title, which is an interesting topic that I talked about, last year was an interesting topic. It's something I'm really would wish they can do is kind of a prequel game, like a secondary prequel game that's takes place before, around the progenitor virus era, before the T virus was even made. It would be cool, but from what it is, it looks pretty decent. But I'm I'm pretty cautious with mainline games because Resident Evil Village was such a waste. So I'm feeling about this one, hopefully not be a waste. Once the demo comes, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get the game or play or stream it in the future. So take that with a very grain of salt when it comes to me Resident Evil, because I'm really cautious when it comes to that game. I'm very, very cautious with that game because I don't know. I know this is a reveal trailer, but hopefully during the demo, and probably there's gonna be more reveal in the Game Awards and Tokyo Game Show to look forward to. Maybe some more state of play with PlayStation. Maybe they might reveal more stuff. But most likely it's gonna be Tokyo Game Show and Game Awards will be highly possible to see more. And I will of course make a separate video when that releases. Of course, it's gonna be a separate video, me talking about it. And that's pretty much all I have to say about it. So I much prefer State of Play over the Summer Game Fest because honestly, the Summer Game Fest was just boring. But I much prefer the State of Play. The State of Play is much more fun and way more stuff interesting. But the Summer Fest was the only two things that interest me is Resident Evil and the Yakuza game that's coming out. So yeah. And that's basically all. What do you think about the games I've talked about? What's your favorite moments of the both shows? Do you like them? Do you don't like them? There's something you don't care for? It's really up to you. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.